Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you for this opportunity to discuss OSHA's role in protecting workers after the tragic events at the World Trade Center on September 11th. OSHA's mission is to ensure safe and healthful working conditions for employees in this nation. Within hours of the attack, OSHA joined with other federal, state, and local agencies, as well as safety and health professionals from contractors and trade unions on the site to help protect workers involved in recovery, demolition, and cleanup operations. The site was not a typical demolition project. Workers needed immediate protection from hazards, the scope and severity of which were unpredictable. Working under perilous conditions, OSHA began coordinated efforts to protect the health and safety of workers. Our initial actions included conducting worker air monitoring, distributing PPE, and finding and fixing safety hazards. OSHA dedicated over 1,000 safety and health professionals to the response. Our employees remained on site for 10 months, providing a 24-hour, 7 days a week presence. We collected more than 6,500 air and bulk samples to test for asbestos, lead, other heavy metals, silica, other inorganic and organic compounds, totaling 81 different substances. We performed over 24,000 tests of individual samples to quantify worker exposure. Worker sampling was conducted around the clock for workers on and near the pile. OSHA's breathing zone sample results were well below the agency's permissible exposure levels, PELs, for the majority of the substances tested. To keep workers fully informed about potential risk, OSHA distributed sampling studies to trade unions, site contractors, and agencies during daily safety and health meetings. Personal sampling results were mailed directly to employees along with OSHA contact information. Those whose sample results exceeded a PEL were encouraged to seek medical consultation. We also posted all results on our website. Workers on the site were required to wear appropriate respirators selected based on extensive risk assessment. OSHA, along with site safety and health professionals, agreed on a high level of protection, requiring a half-mask negative pressure respirator with high-efficiency particulate, organic vapor, and acid gas cartridges. This was communicated through orders and notices posted throughout the site. I now call your attention to Exhibits 1 through 7 and the posters on the easels. Distribution of respirators to workers posed challenges. OSHA initially deployed staff by foot with bags of respirators, followed by mobile teams on all-terrain vehicles. See Exhibit 8. We also established distribution points at the Fire Department of New York staging areas. We opened multiple equipment distribution locations throughout the 16-acre site. See Exhibits 9 and 10. At the peak of the operation, we gave out 4,000 respirators a day. We distributed more than 131,000 respirators during the 10-month recovery period. OSHA conducted over 7,500 quantitative fit tests for respirators, including nearly 3,000 for FDNY personnel. See Exhibit 11. Fit testing included instruction on storage, maintenance, the proper use, and the limitations of respirators. 45,000 pieces of other protective equipment was given out as well. More than 3.7 million work hours were expended during this highly dangerous rescue and recovery mission, with only 57 non-life-threatening injuries and not one fatality during the recovery. This is remarkable given the nature and complexity of the work at this site. Safety and health oversight and direct involvement of workers. Building trades, contractors, union stewards, and OSHA met weekly, developed and distributed safety bulletins to workers, and held toolbox talks, see Exhibits 12 and 13. OSHA and the building trades collaborated to provide mandatory safety and health training for all workers on the site. We learned many lessons at the World Trade Center site that have helped the agency and the nation improve emergency preparedness. Worker safety and health must be integrated into the planning and operations of emergency responses. To that end, OSHA requested that worker protection be specifically included in the new National Response Plan. A Worker Safety and Health Support Annex was added in 2005, designating OSHA as the coordinating agency. OSHA continues to work with the emergency response community at all levels to promote worker safety and health in future responses. Mr. Chairman, in addition to my concern for workers at the WT site, I have a personal interest in the effects of exposures because my staff and I spent so much time there. Our Manhattan area office was destroyed when the north tower of the WCTC collapsed onto our building. Our employees were exposed to all of the same potential contaminants in the atmosphere as others who were in Lower Manhattan that day. I can say with confidence and with pride that OSHA staff did everything humanly possible to protect the workers during recovery efforts at the WTC. I'd be pleased to answer any questions.
Thank you. And if you might provide us copies of the exhibits that you cited so we don't have to lug around the poster boards.
I'm sorry.
Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I thought they were provided with the testimony.
Apparently they have not been. Thank you.